What's up, everyone? Uh, I was like mad bored. Thought I'd make a little video showing you guys what build I used to complete the entire Lightfall campaign on Legendary. So I've got the first through the last here. Got the gear, as you can see, I'm 1780. It's a solar hunter. Pretty fun. Love this thing, the Lament. It's beautiful, beautiful sword. Get it. If you ain't got it, get it. So, a couple heads up. Not perfected stats, but it's up to you. I'm using resilience, recovery, and intellect as my main stats. I have mods which make these to 100, so I have 100 resilience, 100 recovery, and 100 intellect. A lot of people like to use mobility, but this expansion they lowered the cooldown on Gambler's Dodge to, I think it's like 20 seconds. So even with 30 mobility, you're getting it in like 24, 25 seconds. So entirely up to you whether you want to change that. The exotic we're going to be using is the young Ahamkara's Spine. As you can see, it increases trip mine grenade duration and blast radius. Ability damage grants trip mine grenade energy. It does have a couple hidden features. Firstly, it has fastball, so you can throw the trip mine much further without delay. Just added, doesn't tell you. Another one is that you can't damage yourself with your own trip mines, which makes this so much stronger than using trip mines with any other build. You know, if you're a solar hunter, you've killed yourself before, you've hit yourself with an accidental, what's it called? Accidental gunpowder gamble. Yep, definitely blown ourselves up. So I'm just going to go through item by item. So firstly, we've got the scout rifle. I'm just using this for Unstoppable, which is one of the mods in the current Scepter. Unstoppable scout rifle. Sorry, did I say hand cannon? I think I'm having an aneurysm. So scout rifle there. Here I'm using callus mini tool, crafted with enhanced incandescent and unrelenting. Incandescent, of course, great perk for solar. Defeating a target spreads a longer lasting scorch to those nearby. More powerful combatants and opposing guardians cause scorch in a larger radius. What this does, you kill one guy, scorches everyone. Scorch is such a powerful word, this expansion, because it synergizes so much with the fire sprites. So that's why I'm using that. Then the Lament, incredible heavy, exotic, beautiful, as I said, so much damage, and actually so fun. I enjoy it so much. Armor, I'm just using, armor pieces to get these stats, any will do, with Ahamkara's Spine. So on the helmet, I'm using a resilience mod. Obviously, whatever mod you need here. Harmonic Siphon, rapid solar weapon, final blows create an orb of power. Orb of powers will be very useful, they give you armor charge. Ashes to assets, gain bonus super energy on grenade kills. This entire build is you're going to be throwing out grenade, throwing out knife, throwing out grenade, dodging, throwing out grenade, throwing out knives, grenade. You get it, right? Just grenades galore. And then I'm using powerful friends, so that when you're playing with other people, you pick up any orb of power, it gives them an armor charge. Hopefully they're also using this, meaning you're constantly getting armor charges off them as well. I'm not sure if it's actually working at the moment. I have been playing with someone who has this on, and I haven't been seeing it. So I think that one might actually be broken at the moment. On Ahamkara's Spine, I'm using mod whatever you need. Bolstering Detonation grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade. Class ability, grenade, throwing knives, everything's all going to be used in a great combo. Then I'm using Impact Induction. Causing damage with a melee attack causes your grenade cooldown. Reduces grenade cooldown, sorry. Like I said, these one after the other, just reducing all abilities. And Focusing Strike grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a melee attack. So all of these are giving you grenade, melee, and class ability cooldown, right? So you're just going to be class ability and grenade in as much as you possibly can. On the chest piece, I'm using whatever mod you need. Then Emergency Reinforcement. When your shields become broken, you gain temporary damage reduction, consumes 3 or more stacks of armor charge. Now you can use this, or you can change it. Because I'm not sure if I quite like the way that all of your stacks of armor charge suddenly get taken away, and then you have to rebuild it. I like having that passive just armor charge for 50 seconds or whatever it is, because then you've got, you know, Well of Radiance, what's it called? Elemental, whatever it's called, I can't remember, I'll show you in a second. And then I'm using Charged Up, which increases the armor charges you can carry by 1, more armor charges, longer buffs, better this is going to be, you know the drill. On the boots, I'm using whatever stat you need, followed by stacks on stacks. So when you pick up an Orb of Power, you in fact get another armor charge, meaning when you pick up an Orb of Power, instead of getting 1, you're getting 2. Now with the mod, you can actually change this, which I will recommend, to Solar Weapon Surge. So if you find you're not getting armor charges often, whack another solar on. 3 solar weapon charges, they all stack. Solar Weapon Surge, stack. So 3 of these, I think it comes out to about 22-23% damage boost to solar weapons. So it's a little bit less than the well system that was in last season, but you don't really need that extra 3% damage or whatever it is. And on the class, what is this called? It's a cloak, but I can't remember what it is. The class item, that's what it is. Whatever mod you need. Font of Restoration, collecting an Orb of Power causes you to gain 1 temporary armor charge. Great mod, just getting armor charges, you know, all of the time. And then you gain armor, you gain bonus recovery. So my recovery is 100%. My resilience will also be 100%. 100%, 100. So you have 100, 100, 100. My gear's not even that good, so you can get it much better. So those are the mods. Next we're going to look at the abilities and aspects. So firstly I'm using Gambler's Dodge. Dodge to perform a deft tumble, avoiding enemy attacks. Dodging near enemies fully recharges your melee ability. So you dodge near enemy, you get your melee back 100% of it, no matter how low it was before. Then I'm using Triple Jump. If you're playing a Hunter and you're not using Triple Jump, stop playing Hunter, go to Titan or something. Knife Trick. I like Knife Trick because it's easier to hit. And if there's 3 enemies in front of you and you hit all 3, it counts as 3 different abilities for Ahamkara's Spine, which will give you an entire grenade back instantly. The grenades, of course, Trip Mine Grenade with Ahamkara's Spine, an explosive grenade that sticks to surfaces and detonates when targets pass through its laser tag, dealing damage and moderately scorching them. So if you hit an enemy with a Trip Mine Grenade, it will just go off instantly and damage them as well. Load of damage, scorches enemies, it's great. Aspects, I'm using Knock 'em Down. For Enhanced Solar Super, I'm using Blade Barrage, because I like Blade Barrage and I don't think the guns are quite that good, which is sad because they look so cool. Blade Barrage launches more projectiles, while Radiant, final blows with your equipped throwing knife fully refund your melee energy. That's a big one. So with the knives, when you throw the knives out, it gives you a grenade. If you get a kill with the knives, you now have your grenade and your knife. So you can throw a grenade, then throw the knives, get another grenade, throw the grenade, and so on and so on. You can combo it infinitely. Then I'm using On Your Mark, mainly for the 3 fragment slots, but it says Precision Final Blows grant you and nearby allies increased weapon handling and reload speed for a short duration, stacks 3 times. Activating your class ability immediately grants maximum stacks of On Your Mark. So you're going to be dodging all of the time. Every time you dodge, you get a bunch of handling, reload speed. It's great. You're going to be reloading crazy quick all of the time. Fragments, I'm using Ember of Torches. Powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. So you're going to be constantly radiant. You're going to be making your team radiant, which is a great thing, especially when they're not playing solar. Which with the current artifacts, you want everyone to be playing a different subclass, different energy type, which I'll show you in a second. Then I'm using Ember of Solace. Radiant and Restoration effects apply to you have increased duration. Just makes Radiant last longer, and Restoration, which comes in a second. Ember of Ashes, you apply more Scorch stacks to targets. This is great. With Enhanced Incandescent, I think it goes from like 40 stacks to 65 stacks a kill. So meaning if you have a huge group of enemies and you kill one of them, they all get scorched. If you then kill only one more with the Enhanced Incandescent and this fragment, they'll all ignite. They all just start exploding. It's so good, so fun. Next, Ember of Searing. Defeating scorched targets grants melee energy and creates a fire spray. So, defeating a scorched target, which everyone's going to be scorched, with your knives, your grenade, your ultimate, and of course, whatever energy weapon you're using, which can be a callus multi-tool. If you haven't got a callus multi-tool, you can use a Amit AR2, which is a solar assault rifle, which is currently a world drop, and you can get red borders on that and craft it to get enhanced incandescent. Lastly, we're using Ember of Mercy. When you revive an ally, you and other nearby allies gain restoration. Picking up a fire sprite grants restoration. You're going to be making fire sprites every 3 seconds. For some reason there's a cooldown on fire sprites. I say for some reason. I can see entirely why. If there wasn't one and you got one every kill, it would just be so broken. So picking up fire sprite grants restoration. With the one that, this one, have increased duration for restoration, it lasts about 3 seconds. So if you get it right, you should have restoration about 100% of the time. So those are the fragments. And then lastly, we're going to look at the scepter, the artifact. These are artifact mods. They're new this season in the way that when you unlock them, you don't then have to slot them into a piece of armor. They're now just passive unlocks. So all of these on my screen right now, I have them active even without equipping them. So I've got Overload Bow. You just need one of the first 3. We have Barrier in the Lament, the sword, so these 2 aren't really needed. Unstoppable Scout Rifle, that's why I'm using a Scout Rifle. And Overload Auto and SMG, which works with both Callus Mini Tool and Amit AR2. Next we're using Authorized Mod Solar, which this is crazy. It makes the 3 energy type Solar Surge mod on my boots, which you may be thinking, hey up, Viking, I'm trying to put that on, but they cost 3 each, why do yours cost 1? This is why. Once you get this, those mods go from costing 3 each to 1, meaning you can very, very easily slot 3 of them in and any stat mod of your choice. Then I've got Authorized Mods Grenades, same thing as Solar, makes all mods around grenades 1 energy. Great mod. Now this one is so important. Solar Surge, collecting a fire sprite gives you armor charge. So all of the mods work off armor charge. You make a fire sprite every 3 seconds. My armor charges go away once every 12 seconds-ish, and we should be getting one every 3 seconds. Meaning it should not be hard at all to get up to that 5 armor charge and keep it there constantly. Now the next one, I'm not seeing anything that fun on this tree. Still deciding what to buy. So that bit's entirely your choice. If you see anything back here you like, if you want to use either of these 2, or if you want to add a bit of strand to your build or a bit of void, mix and match sort of thing, you can. On the last tree, 100% I would go for prismatic transfer. We don't know how strong this is yet, but if your entire fire team, if it's a group of 3 for a vanguard or a dungeon or anything like that, whenever anyone casts a super and you're all playing different elements, the other 2 grant a weapon damage buff. Now, I don't think many people have this yet because it has only been a day since the Lightfall was released. So it'll be very interesting when it comes out to see how much of a buff this is, whether it stacks, because that would be crazy, and things like that, you know, the little nuances on it that can make it much stronger than perceived. Of course, if it stacks, on a raid, there's now 5 subclasses. If all 5 of those people used ults on like a raid boss, and then everyone got a 5 times weapon boost, it would be insane. So, like I said, very excited to see how that works. So that's pretty much the build I'm running. I'm going to loop in some footage after this of me doing one of the seasonal activities from the helm right now, which is Defiant Battlegrounds. So I'm going to show some Defiant Battlegrounds gameplay, showing you how this build works. Not sure if there's going to be commentary yet, you'll find out in a second. But if I don't see you again, thanks for watching, fellas. Hope you enjoy it.